Trevor Scott, I am here, and it is a great day in Loxton for round 12 Riverland football, and I can confirm Trevor Nobby Norton did make it out of the Loveday Full Drive Adventure Park this morning. He has made it to Loxton. Nobby, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Lockie. Good afternoon, Trev, but I have spent all my time since washing my car, Trev. Yeah. Yeah, it was. And to be honest with you, it was much easier getting out than getting in because there had been a bit more traffic on the road. So the sharp right-hand turn, which was a sharp left on the exit, was safely negotiated, mate. Hey, just some update scores for you, Trev. Yep. Oh. Well, there was a bit of wind going, and that certainly dries stuff off. Hey, Trev, just an update on the second scores. Loxton 11-8-74, beat Berri 3-2-20 by 54 points here at the Loxton Oval. But the scoreboard really didn't tell you the quality of the game was very good. Berri were right. They really fell away a little bit in the second half, but it was a good quality seconds game of footy. But here we are today with the A grade. Toss just about to happen, and the Oval's a bit patchy, Lockie, to say the best.
Yeah, it is a little bit inconsistent underfoot, you'd say. Loxton have won the toss, and they'll be kicking to the
swimming pool end,
Pine Avenue,
yep,
as it's known in the street directory, if you've still got one in your car. 5am Riverland football live at Loxton. Yes, just on that surface, Nobby, look, the sun's out at the moment as we speak. 10.8 mil of rain has been recorded at the official Bureau Loxton weather station, which I could nearly see from here. It's only about 500 metres away from this location, so you'd think that's a pretty good accurate reading on how much rainfall's been here.
Unless, of course, unless a leaf blew over the top of it. My mail is they've had about 13 or 14, but obviously it's patchy rainfall.
Yeah, and as we were just discussing before we started on air here, some patchy spots. There are some good spots in and amongst it, so it might be about picking your line today to coin a horse racing
I was
phrase.
watching a Loxton player during the warm-up, and the football they were having shots at goal at, one of the footies went into the puddle at centre-half forward at the pool end, and he tiptoed in to pick it up and then out again to have his kick, and I'm thinking to myself, that won't be happening when it's game on.
No.
It'll be the first one in there. Hey, look, interesting lineups today. Players missing. Loxton are missing John Fisher, will be a big miss for them, and also Brodie Rowland's out as well with a broken thumb. He's not playing today, but in comes Javen Gum, and of course Loxton sporting a pretty young lineup, including young players like Axel Edwards and Ryder Montgomery, who are still well and truly eligible for under-18s. But they're working on a 3-year plan, the Loxton Footy Club, so whilst they're trying to make the 4 this year and do the best they can, they are looking to the future and playing players in that with that thought in mind. Now, the Berri lineup, I reckon looking through it, Lockie, there's only one out that I can see, and that's Tyson Lindsay's out. I reckon they're near to full strength, Berri, and I'm looking for them to come out. Like they played reasonably well last week, didn't kick great for goal. And I'm expecting them to come out firing today.
The thing with Berri, and of course, we wish Jake Edgell the best. He suffered a knee injury last week at the Lakeside. He's not lining up today.
Yeah, true. Yep.
Back into the side comes Michael McRae. So
they're a good in for them.
Switch there, and Cohen Robinson, the other player, in for Lindsay. And Lindsay will be, as you mentioned, a big out, particularly in goals. Probably, conditions today, a little bit of breeze around, possibly favouring the Bookpurnong Road end a little bit here at Loxton, but it's something that we're just going to have to keep an eye on. There is a little bit of weather I can see on the radar, which could roll in this afternoon. We'll keep an update for that, but I think the key for today is, for either side, it's going to be about taking those opportunities when they pop up.
Oh, absolutely, and looking through the Berri lineup, and fresh in my mind is last week's game, where Brad Rosenzweig dominated. Jacob Grieger played very well for them, as did the skipper, Shea Hawkins. I'm looking for their players and the likes of Langford, Holtham, Hawkins, and even Mitch Folds to provide plenty of rebound into their attack. And for Loxton, we look at the faces that normally the dangerous players, and that's Coach Nathan Brown, Captain Jesse Will, and also Harley Campbell in the mix there. It'll be interesting to see how they play them up forward. Last time we saw Loxton play, Campbell and Brown alternated in the goal square and cleared the forward line out. But they have a really solid centre line as well, Loxton. They have some good goers in Tregeagle and also Riley Walton. They got plenty of rebound themselves, so this will be a pretty good game of footy.
If anything, Berri might have Loxton on height a little, but Loxton may have a few more rotations through the middle. It's going to be an interesting dynamic. Pressure on the line here in Riverland football this afternoon. And an elimination final of sorts, maybe a half elimination final, both sides out of the 4 as we speak, but still very much in contention for season 2025. And there is the siren. We are underway here at Loxton, 5RM Riverland football. De Prince and Thompson, good tap from Thompson, got straight into the midst of Rosenzweig, spills out slightly. Bit of a tunnel ball action there from the young Loxton player, and we'll get another ball up.
Secondary bounce coming here right in the middle of the ground. Team's pretty keen to get their hand on it and burst out. So this time De Prince from Loxton gets his hand on it first, but it goes nowhere. In comes the umpire for the third ball up within a minute and a half. Up it goes again. This time Thompson over the top, looking for Patrick Minchella, but couldn't quite get it to him from Berri. It's been a free kick played to Campbell of Loxton. He'll go back now and look to drive Loxton to attack. No, he comes wide to Hunter Westbrook from Loxton to teammate. He now looks up, looking forward. Not too much available in front of him. We'll have to go down the line.
Good call. The kick has been off the boot wrong, and it's been intercepted from Berri on halfback through Mitch Folds, who's rocking the long sleeves this afternoon. He concedes a bit of ground, goes to Hawkins in the back pocket, who goes on the switch. A bit of a dangerous kick. Managed to mark it, Berri do. They pop it over the top, now into a bit of space. A couple of demons here. There's Moroney. Pops it out to Holtham. Holtham has a good kick inboard, wobbly at best, and great intercept mark.
Out. I reckon that's Walton over there. He's had a great season.
Went to go on the switch straight away, but then just decided to prop and goes to short 45 inside. Finds Salmon on far wing, inboard to Brown.
Yeah, Loxton looking to take this ball forward, but go back out to the flank again to a player all on his own who runs through and drives them deep into the forward lines, but can't get a clear possession. Berri player runs it out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in the forward pocket for Loxton at the swimming pool end, Pine Avenue end.
Hawkins that run that one over. So just on 2 minutes gone. 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's at Renmark. Ball in. Good tap from Thompson, but the Loxton Crummers seem to read it well. The intercept, the chop out from Campbell. Drives it long into the 50. Get under that. That was Eagle, the target, spills out of bounds just 1 metre around from the goals. The Loxton end.
Off hands, that'll be a boundary throw in, about 5 metres from the point post. Loxton looking more dangerous, had 3 entries into the forward 50, but unable to have a shot at goal yet.
This is where Loxton have to take their chances. Good ball in, 25 out, directly in front. Loxton, Salmon, handballs. That was Campbell, and Berri knew where to be. Top of the goal square, great intercept mark from the Demons, and that was Krieger. He gets it on quickly to Hawkins in the grandstand back pocket, goes inboard, snuffs the kick. Now Minchella. Patrick gets a handball out to Safralides through the centre of the ground, finds McRae in the true centre, goes inside attacking 50 for Berri first time, didn't quite make it. Ball hits the deck, umpires called a free.
Yeah, it does. Minchella being held onto without the football there. He now kicks Berri further forward into the pocket, looking for and finding Krieger, I reckon. Regan Kruger, sorry. Took the mark. No, he didn't. It tumbled out of bounds off hands and will be a boundary throw in, this time in the forward pocket for Berri. That was quick movement of the ball from Berri from half back through. And McRae, an important part of that at centre half forward, giving an avenue forward. Ball comes in. Ruckman at it. No one can get their hands on it. Out come Loxton from defence. Campbell drives them out to the centre wing and finds out there Ross Romeo.
Ross Romeo just holds station for a sec. He had to wait for some players to run in front of him. And now he's probably going to get the hurry up here. Went to go inboard and then went down the line. Good call. To a contest. A bit of a push out. Umpire says play on. Berri player wrapped up and we'll get a ball up. Left half forward for the Loxton Tigers. Going 4 minutes played.
That was Hawkins, the captain, that got hold of that. There's quite a few Berri players rocking the long sleeves. Like, he got plenty of entries for your long sleeve team of the year.
Well, Campbell just tries to bust it out of the pack there for Loxton. He took him on. Umpire says, I'll have it. No prior.
Interesting, no prior, yet he took 3 or 4 steps with the footy.
Maybe because he had 3 players tackling him. Ball up, left half forward for the Loxton Tigers. Berri get the handball out, but it made it as far as Nathan Brown, the Loxton coach. Couldn't quite hit the target with the handball. A wobbly old kick inboard. Umpires called downfield after disposal, and Berri now are on the charge. Inside attacking 50, mark taken, and they'll go back for a shot on goal, and that is Darcy Minchella. Great lead, always a danger in the forward lines.
and the player getting that drive off halfback was brother Patrick Minchella, who has been in everything early and giving the D's plenty of the football around the ball contest. First lot of interchange about to happen while Darcy Minchella goes back to take this shot at goal. He'll kick from about 45 metres out on not much of an angle.
Ball's on the way. Looks good off the boot. And the Demons take the first blow at Loxton this afternoon. 5RM Riverland football. First score on the board for the Berri Demons.
Yeah, Darcy doesn't kick too many from outside that 50 arc, but anytime he gets it inside that arc, he is a very, very accurate kick for a big fella.
This is 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark.
And so far, Lockie, 1 goal, plays 0, and Berri going at 100% efficiency for forward entries. That was the first time they'd taken, 50% entry efficiency. The second time they'd taken the ball inside their 50, and they've kicked 1 goal. Loxton have had it inside theirs 3 or 4 times, yet to have a shot at goal, a set shot at goal, or even a shot at goal with any sort of time to have a look at them. Up the ball goes again, ruckman up.
Loxton Campbell tries to break the tackle. He's not going to get done holding the ball. Umpire said no prior.
Good duel between Minchella and Campbell in the middle.
Good tap from De Prince from Loxton. Berri, read it well. Pop it up in top. That was Liam Watson. Drives it to the top of the 50 arc. Hits McRae, paddles it forward. Handballs back into Geordie Franks, who just pops it up inside the forward pocket and wrapped up by Rory Moroney, who goes to centre it. Doesn't quite hit the target. Umpire's called a free. Loxton defender.
Ball dropping short there in front of the Loxton play, which is Hayden Stevens. And Minchella reached in over the top and got him around the neck. Stevens brings it out of defence for Loxton, finds Luke Salmon at half-back. He looks up, can't find anyone, so he goes down the line along the centre wing, but finds only a Berri player intercepting. I reckon that's Watson again. Grieger. He shoots it across to Rosenzweig. He looks up, finds Shea Hawkins drifting down off half-back. Tries to pull in the mark, but under contested pressure, couldn't pull it in. Ball comes out wider, this time to Regan Kruger from Berri. He chips them forward yet again. Looking for teammate out there, Benson. He fumbles it and it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
5RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. Just over 7 minutes played. Ball in, just on the 50 arc. Berri's attacking 50.
Sunshine out.
Good. Ball dropped short of the ruckman. Berri managed to shark it out. No, they don't. Umpire says, I'll have a ball up. 45 out. Berri goal.
Berri handling the ball with a bit more system at the moment and moving it forward, lifting their eyes for players. Up goes the ball again to Prince, hand on it for Loxton, but the ball comes out to a Berri player. He goes again to Benson, couldn't get it on the boot, and it rolls out of bounds for a boundary throw-in right back where all this started, at the half-forward flank, heading towards the Bookpanong end of Loxton Oval.
Just looking at that breeze, it's almost dropped off a little bit too. Yeah. Ball in, tapped from De Prince, didn't go too far. It looked a little bit rugby league or union-esque there, and we just have a
Loxton player Campbell first with his hands on it, but quickly wrapped up. He looks like he has Liam Watson as a direct opponent, who's not letting him get too far away from him.
Loxton defenders try to clear this one out. Salmon couldn't rake it in. Rosenzweig, the intercept for Berri. Ball smothered. Loxton still in play. Handball's back in board. Umpire says that was out of bounds, and we'll get a ball up pretty much where we were about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was Luke Salmon for the Tigers, and he started off very well as well. In a lot, on ball, and into everything. Lovely layoff there from De Prince to Campbell from Loxton. Shoots the handball out towards Bowden. He handballs on, and that comes out of defence off the boot of Coach Brown. Goes wide looking for a teammate who's 1-on-2 against Berri, but he gets the ball in, and that's Owen Gerron. Handballs out, handballs to a teammate who shoots it forward. That was Smith. Shoots Loxton into attack.
Now left half forward. A couple of Demon defenders work that one out, and that's back to Hawkins. Berri going to go on the switch. A bit of a dangerous kick. Nearly chopped out by Ross Romeo, but Berri...
Grieger up to the task there.
Managed to rake that one in and just holds up for a sec. Probably the right call. Goes back to where the ball came from, albeit on the ground. Intercept from Loxton. Good kick inside attacking 50 straight back to Grieger of Berri.
Bit of wax here at half-back for Berri. Grieger getting in the way. Yeah. Shoots it across to Watson, who's come off Campbell. Now he shoots Berri up towards the wing. Can't get his teammate Kruger, who gets a little bit of a shove in the back. but goes back over it and gets a second shove in the back. Still not rewarded. Down it goes. The umpire seems to think they might have both been in the side, and fair enough. Ball at centre wing right in front of us.
Bit of a shove there from Hunter Westbrook before, but ball up, broadcast wing. Good tap from Hanyadi from Berri. Umpire's called holding on off the play. So it's going to be Campbell with the free for Loxton. Goes down the line, looks for Eagle. Not able to mark it. Spills over the back, still in play. Socket over the line from Berri. That was Grieger. This could be
a free kick to Loxton for last disposal. No. Boundary ump says it must have come off above the knee. She's going to throw it in. Interesting in these boundary throw-ins that Campbell is their go-to option and Watson is wearing him like a very tight pair of socks.
Umpire's called a...
Throw it in again.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Just to bring it inboard a little bit. Right, I thought it might have
Up
been
it goes.
an indiscretion. Tap from Berri finds Watson. He read that well. Inside to Kruger. Paddles it forward a couple of times. A couple of shoves there from Westbrook. Umpire says play on. Inboard back to Watson. Now Berri on their charge. Umpire's called holding on after play. Play on advantage called. The Loxton players had stopped, but Berri knew it was play on. Inside 50 from Rosenzweig.
Oh, lovely pass.
Lovely kick and lovely mark. Darcy Minchella.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem for Loxton here. I'm not sure how many other options they got to man him up, but anyone would be a problem with delivery like that.
In all honesty, I reckon Stevens is probably their best option. His direct opponent. Now, I don't think anyone could have stopped that.
No, that delivery from Rosenzweig was silver service, and Berri broke away in the middle of the ground, had plenty of options, and Rosenzweig plenty of time to lift his eyes and hit a hard-leading Darcy Minchella, who goes back and kicks his second goal and Berri's second goal to take them to 2 goals 12, leading Loxton 0 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
So Minchella with the first 2 of the day and the leader of the Berri Better goal of the day so far due to no other entries.
He's got all the entries, but he's had 2 marks inside the forward 50 and converted both. So, and that's what they were missing last week. When we watched them play down at the Lakeside, they had a fair bit of the ball in that third quarter but couldn't convert. They kicked 0 goal 5 and 0-7 for the second half.
We probably didn't pump it up enough. That inside 50 from Rosenzweig really set that one up.
Yeah, it was a classic delivery.
Lovely kick.
And Stevens, no matter, couldn't do anything. Up goes the ball again. Thompson gets a hand on it for Berri. It rumbles forward. Caden Evans from Loxton gets in the way but can't get a handle on it, and it'll be a secondary ball up just inside the centre 50 on the Bookmanong Road end from going towards Berri's forward line.
5-arm Riverland football from McDonald's Renmark. Ball up. Thompson, what a leap. Couple of handballs out. Rosenzweig went to bomb it inside 50, but it was chopped out. Umpire says I'll have it again, and we'll get the ball up.
Rosenzweig getting a fair bit of it in there, and some of those bigger bodies, him and Patrick Minchella getting their hands on it a bit. This time it wasn't. It came out from Loxton. Couldn't get a clear kick. Play on, says the umpire. Berri drive the ball forward again towards Minchella, but this time it goes over his head and is marked by Cale Smith, the Loxton vice-captain, in the back lines about 20 metres out from his goal he's defending. He's
just kicked that on quickly because he saw a teammate with no one on him, but umpire's bringing that one back, and it's going to give Berri a chance to reset there. So lucky for Cale Smith on that one.
It's an interesting decision, that, isn't it? Sometimes it's play on, play to advantage. Other times it's get back over your mark. It's almost a disadvantage to take a mark sometimes. You're almost better off letting it bounce in front of you, grabbing it, and then you can go wherever you like.
So Smith now deep in defence for Loxton. He's going to work out which side to go. I think
he'll go scoreboard side, plural.
Yeah, the eastern wing, which has been popular this afternoon.
Lovely kick.
Raking drop punt to a contest for over the back. Now Loxton play on advantage. No, they're going to call it back.
That's Campbell again out there. He's getting plenty of it at the moment. Harley Campbell.
Wasn't a mark, and he finds Jesse Will in the far wing. No one on him. Inside, good mark from Walton on the true centre wing. This battle of keeping's off here for Loxton. They love this. The small kicks. It's hit the deck though. Play on. Handball not quite hitting the target. Left half forward, and we'll get a ball up.
Contrasting styles here, like you said, Lockie. Loxton looking to go short, sharing the ball around, uncontested marks Berri. As soon as they get hold of it, straight down the middle, looking for Darcy Minchella.
Ball up. Ball still live. Good work from Hawkins. Umpire says play on. Now Loxton get their hands on it, and that was Caden Evans. Inside 50. Defensive mark, not paid. Ball still live. Rosenzweig gets his hands on it. Gets small kick over the top. Wasn't going to be 15 anyway. And that was Hawkins who just bombed it down the line. That's going to go out of bounds, and I reckon this might be a free kick.
Yeah, boundary umpire moving on. So free kick to Loxton to be taken by, I think that's Brock Salmon out there, Lockie, taking this free kick, bringing it in for Loxton. Looking short again, but has to go down the line long. Looking to Prince getting under this. Couldn't bring it in. It's inside the Loxton forward line just, but not inside their forward 50, and it'll be another ball up just outside their 50-metre line.
5 in Riverland football. Loxton read that one well, but it was chopped out. And still live. Berri now. Handball back inboard. Not to a target. Ball on the deck. A little bit scrappy. Berri managed to paddle it forward. Now to some space. It's a foot race, but it's going to beat him to the boundary, and we'll get a ball in. Will this be last possession?
That ball goes to touch off the boot, and I think it's Cale Smith who'll bring it back for Loxton. Take the free kick it right in front of the scoreboards, plural.
It was a wobbly old kick, but nonetheless, free kick must be paid.
And that scoreboard showing Berri 12 points, leading Loxton yet to score on the Berri Better scoreboard. Ball comes in, I reckon that's Caden Evans. Handball quickly out. It was. Handball quickly out to a Loxton player running past who drives it deep into their forward lines. This time Nathan Brown gets hands to it but can't pull it in. But first one back on it. Centres it up, looking for Ross Romeo. Can't get to him. Berri look to come out of defence, and they do. In a line, running. Drive the ball up towards the centre of the ground to find Coach Henry Labista. He can't take the mark. Quickly gets it out, this time to Patrick Minchella. Sidesteps, goes forward, looks for his brother. He's one-on-one and wrestles Hayden Stevens out of play to take his third mark for the game. And he will have his third set shot from inside 50.
And an early contender for the mark of the day.
Yep.
Just a good one-on-one wrestle there.
Minchella to Minchella.
Yep.
And he had the whole forward 50 to himself. There was only him and Stevens inside that forward 50.
It's been Berri's leading goal kicker by some distance this year.
Lines up for his third goal of the game from his third kick of the game.
Ball's on the way.
Beautiful kick off the boot. No mistake at all. And that's Darcy Minchella's third goal. It's Berri's third goal. Berri leads 3 goals, 18 to Loxton, yet to score on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Some troubling signs for the Loxton Tigers early. Berri may be somewhat kicking with that breeze, but nonetheless, the Tigers are going to have to do something soon. What would you be thinking, Nobby Norton?
Well,
17 minutes played.
They've got to put pressure on further up the ground. The delivery to Minchella's been pretty good. Like, he's had 2 lace out, and that one he had time to protect the drop zone and take the mark. So Berri working hard across the centre and off half-back. Loxton, really, Harley Campbell, probably one of their only options driving it forward. They need their wingers and half-backs to start pushing up and getting the ball. This time Thompson comes out of the middle for Berri, drives it forward, the big fella.
Dropped in front of Hinyardi. Walton for Loxton. Defends, clears it out, kicks it to a bit of space. Run onto that, I reckon that's Carter Wright. He couldn't get there. Berri managed to get their hands on it and finds Langford at right half forward. Gets it on quickly, over the top, hits a bit of space, still inboard. What are Berri going to do with this one? They managed to centre it to a contest. Minchella couldn't quite get it. Paddles forward. Loxton defenders trying to work this one through. Walton clears it out. Finds Hunter Westbrook on the
He looks
right
up, but he's only got Berri.
Tigers.
He's only got Berri players in front of him, and he's corralled over here on the grandstand side. But holds his nerve and finds Ross Romeo on a solid lead. But Ross Romeo still at half back for Loxton. They're still in defence there. Loxton look to come up the wing, looking for the big fella to Prince. Over the top, Hawkins tries to pull in the mark, or was it Walton? Sorry, it was Watson, I think, in there.
Liam Watson, 21?
No.
It was.
Yep.
So, ball up, broadcast wing. Thompson goes back towards Marr, spits it out to Kruger. Inside attacking 50, finds McRae, who turns, then goes back the other way in front of Minchella. Lovely mark, and that was, it's a push.
Yeah, he pulled it down anyway. I mean, it was a push in the back by Stevens, but because he couldn't get there to spoil. But that ball movement from Berri there was exceptional, and the kick from Marr forward to McRae. McRae turned straight around and kicked to Minchella, who had space in front of him. This is danger signs for the Tigers. Minchella's 4th shot at goal this quarter and 4th kick for the game. Has 3 goals already.
Kicking from the left
Ooh,
pocket.
Bringing it back. Not enough.
Bit of breeze. Didn't quite allow for that. Berri's first behind of the day. Takes them to 3-1-19. Loxton yet to score on the Berri Better scoreboard. Coming up 19, nearly 20 minutes gone. First quarter. Riverland football on 5RM.
Precise use of the ball by Berri when they go forward. Dropping their eyes, moving it quickly and looking for a player and giving him every chance. Ball comes back in from Loxton. A long kick in from the points. Goes wide. Loxton player runs on it. It's Campbell. Goes onto his left foot. Drives them forward to Eagle. Can't quite get him. Ball.
Managed to get a hand on it just prior to the boundary, though. I reckon this might be a ball in.
Yeah, ball in right where the 50 joins the boundary on the far side. And the breeze looking to go from that. It's right under the windsock. Like he's looking to go really across the ground, but towards that end just a little bit. Thompson again in the ruck. Gets hold of it. Drives them forward. Looking for Langford, but he can't pull it in from Berri. Berri kicked the ball along the ground towards attack. Loxton up to the task. Rebound it back. But only as far as Safralides coming off half-back for Berri, who looks up, goes in the centre of the ground. Walton there first. No, it's not Walton. It's Spiro Polymyaitis. He couldn't get it clear, and the umpire says, we'll ball it up almost in the centre of the ground.
Berri's drive off half-back is what's setting up pretty much all of their goals this afternoon, and that's where Loxton
I hate to say it, Lockie, but I think I said it in the preview that would be the danger area for them.
Yeah. Now on half-forward for Berri. Loxton get a couple of hands on it. Campbell was shaked off the ball. Now to Brown, but it's been intercepted from Rosenzweig for Berri. Puts it up with a bit of height.
Being held.
2-on-1. Over the back it goes.
Gee, Minchella, I thought it was
a socket off the deck from Benson, and that's a minor score.
I thought that was sort of part of a WWF bout there, and all condolences, Vale, to the late Hulk Hogan. He would have been right at home there, wrestling with messing with Darcy Minchella and Stevens.
Well, Loxton had a player that intercepts just cut off the run of Minchella, which is probably a smart move. But as you mentioned, it probably wasn't going to matter too much. Loxton with the kick out. It's a bit of a loose one. Manages to find Watson for Berri. He turns from the 50 to the square. 2-on-1. Umpires called holding on in the way of Loxton.
Oh, this will tickle some tonsils in the Berri lineup. That free kick was against Minchella for holding on there.
The left back pocket. It was a 1-on-2.
Yeah.
But anyway, now up to the 50 intercept for Loxton. They're just going to take possession here. Yeah. 22 minutes gone. They really just don't want to concede another goal. Yeah,
Coach Nathan Brown has placed himself in defence and he's trying to hold up play and try and get through to quarter time with not too much more damage done. Ball comes out of defence for Loxton up to the centre wing, but a pack of players there. And the mark taken by Campbell again. He's having a great first quarter as well, but it's a bit of a solo effort. Thompson reaches in and plucks at one hand for Berri, looks around and does about a 5-metre kick towards Rosenzweig on the wing and kicks it out of bounds.
So Loxton are going to have the ball on the far wing. 22, or nearly coming up 23 minutes gone. They'd want to be quick if they want to make something out of this. They're yet to score this game. Small kick up the line, and that's not going to work because that's been intercepted from Liam Watson.
Yeah, had a great first quarter, Watson.
Yeah, one of Berri's best so far. He's just going to hold it up because, you know what, they've done the damage this quarter already. Just bombs it long down the line. Oh, not a bad mark there taken from De Prince from Loxton. I reckon the buzzer might beat the Tigers here. They go inboard the middle, finds
Owen Gerron there in the middle. He looks up, got to move it on if he's want to score before quarter time, but he doesn't move it on quick enough. And there's the buzzer at quarter time. Berri 3-2-20, leading Loxton, yet to score on the Berri Better scoreboard.
This is 5RM Riverland football. 2 other games going on this afternoon. Time to go around the grounds in the 5RM football studio with Trevor Scott. Thank you, Trevor. Doing a fine job as always in the sideline view studio. Just seeing what's going on here at the moment. Teams now, well, Berri have broken away from their team huddle. Loxton still a few words of coaching. It's all Berri at the moment. 3-2-20 leading Loxton yet to score. Nobby's with me. Nobby, a clinic from Minchella in that first quarter.
Absolutely, and goal scorers easy here. Darcy Minchella with the only 3 goals of the game for Berri. Good players for Berri. Rosenzweig's been solid around the middle. Patrick Minchella's been good. Hawkins, the skipper's done a bit. And off half-back Langford has been very good, along with Liam Watson, who's been excellent around the ball. And even though he's working hard on Harley Campbell, also McRae at half-forward, and, of course, Minchella with his 3 goals. For Loxton, Luke Salmon's had a bit of it. Harley Campbell's been busy, even though he's had Liam Watson, his direct opponent. Carl Smith's been solid in defence. But to Prince, okay in ruck against Thompson, who's also had a bit, and Walton across half-back has done his utmost. Loxton will need to answer here, or else this could be ugly at half-time.
There it is, second quarter underway. A few clouds starting to roll in, but still very good conditions, albeit after a bit of rain, which has been very welcome here at Loxton. It's going to be Thompson from Berri with the free out of the ruck. Waste no time inside, attacking 50, drops short, pushed forward, hits McRae. Loxton players wrap him up, and that will be a ball up. 45 out from Berri goal. Now kicking to the Pool or Pine Avenue end here at
Berri
Loxton.
getting plenty of the ball out of attack and out of the middle into attack. This time, out comes Hayden Stevens, drives Loxton out of defence up towards the middle, looking for Ross Romeo. He couldn't quite get it, but goes back after it. Now he drives Loxton forward towards Salmon on the run. Salmon grabs the ball for Tigers, drives them further into attack, but Evan Penaluna from Berri drops in between and chips in and forces the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Good bit of defence there from Evan Penaluna. Could be a Defender of the Day nominee later on. We'll have to work that one out. Of course, all of our awards mostly talked about during the week. Good tap from Thompson. Still inside, Loxton's attacking 50. And it's hit the deck. Both umpires saying, I'll have it again. So a ball up. 45 out from the Tigers goal, now kicking to the Bookprenong Road end.
Good duel in ruck between DePrince and Thompson. Thompson up this time, but DePrince takes it out of the air. Salmon tries to get a handle on it for Loxton, but the ball shoots out even wider towards Archie Holtham. He can't break free and gets caught for incorrect disposal.
So Loxton with the free, just outside attacking 50, drills it in. It's gone straight through, clean bowled, and that's going to be the Tigers' first score of the day.
Yeah, looking for Talon Eagle up forward, but Talon had 2 opponents with him and couldn't get an easy look at the footy. This time, Loxton tried to bring it out. Berri tried to bring it out, but it goes loose. Salmon chips in and makes absolutely no mistake from 40 metres out for Loxton. And that is a change of luck for the Tigers. Got the interception, kicked the first goal of the second quarter, and have trimmed the margin to 14 points, so it'll be 13 points. Sorry,
the 7-point play from the Tigers. Yep. That's what you call a Loxton 7-pointer.
So it's now 3-2-20, Berri, Loxton 1-1-7, and that will certainly give Loxton a bit more confidence. And Berri were pretty blasé with the way they tried to chip that ball up the middle, and it didn't go to its intended recipient, and Loxton were quickly onto it, and Salmon made no mistake from 35 out.
This is 5RM Riverland football, 2.5 minutes played. DePrince from Loxton gets the kick out of the ruck up to half forward, but it finds Holtham for Berri. He didn't try to palm it off. Umpire says, I'll have it, no prior.
You're a bit lucky there, because I think he had his opportunity, but he's wrapped up there by Ryder Montgomery. The young fella certainly not frightened to get in over the footy.
There's Patrick Minchella taken high, and he's going to be given the free in the centre. I think the Loxton players and supporters were thinking that was holding the ball, but no, it wasn't.
He looks up, drives Berri forward and gets on his own Adam Langford. He drifted off half-back up the wing. He now drives Berri further into attack, looking for Minchella, helped under it by Stevens, who drops back and takes a mark. Stevens fighting back after conceding 3 goals in the first quarter. Drives Loxton out of defence, looking for Harley Campbell on the wing. He manages to evade an opponent, drives them further down the wing forward, looking for Ross Romeo, but the ball runs out of bounds in front of him. That'll be a free kick to Berri over there on the far side of the oval.
A great bit of play from Campbell to shake 2 opponents, but just unable to capitalise on the kick. Berri now at left half back, straight down the line. Watson the target, and he's going to rake it in off the bounce, goes to the ground. No one there to support him. Loxton with the rebound, and now Brown finds a teammate on the far wing. Just going to hold up for a sec here. And
Loxton getting numbers to the ball, which Berri had in the first quarter. So they have responded to their quarter-time chat. This time the ball goes in deep, but Shea Hawkins, the Berri captain, intercepts at half-back. Looks up to square it. Oh, and finds Mitch Folds in the middle. That was a dangerous play. He chips up again, looking for and finding Geordie Franks just behind centre. He's looking to drive Berri forward, comes up the wing. Ball shoots over the pack. Back on it first is Rory Moroney. Looks at Minchella again. Manages to get Stevens. Holds his own there. He's doing okay in the back lines. Fends off a couple. A little don't argue, and then Loxton bring it out of defence. This time finding Brock Salmon.
So just holding up for a sec here. Pops it over the top. Looking for Luke Salmon, but it was intercept mark from Safralides, who just handballed it off the deck. Umpire's going to say take it back. I think he thought it may have not been paid because it was a mark. Yeah, I think Saf thought it wasn't paid. Goes on the inboard.
Hits Montgomery on the back.
Now Salmon through the middle for Loxton. Finds Romeo right in the middle. They've got a couple of options if they can get this on quickly.
Caden Evans out on the half-forward flank.
Left half-forward, drops short, but turns around. On the left, pops it up. Lovely kick, just drops short. And now Folds for Berri. Just works it across the half-back, goes to the ground. A tunnel ball out the back. Still inside attacking 50 for Loxton. Ball, no, umpire says play on. Jesse Will pretty hungry for it for the Tigers as well. They know they need a goal. The ball up.
Unlike the first quarter, Loxton are now putting some pressure on the Berri defenders, not giving them that rebound play. And that's resulting in opportunities going forward, which is pretty good for them.
So just on 6 minutes, or just coming up to 6 minutes, ball still in, defensive or attacking 50 for Loxton, still live, and a ball up, spills out of bounds again.
Yeah, Berri have had it forward a couple of times, and Minchella, who dominated the first quarter against Hayden Stevens. Stevens now fighting back and has stopped the last couple and provided some rebounds. So good duel there.
Smith now for Loxton, bombs it back in 50. That might go out of bounds on the full, and I think it has. A wasted kick, you would say.
Axel Edwards coming onto the ground for Tigers, replacing Brock Salmon. Comes onto the wing. Picks up the big fella. Picks up Andre Honyardi here on halfback flank, I think he's playing. Berri with a defensive kick here. Come up the line.
To a pack. Hunter Westbrook couldn't mark it. De Prince had the second bite at it and gets done holding the ball. So a free kick to Rosenzweig for Berri at right half back. Goes to
Hugo
Krieger. Not much of a kick on that one, but still.
Hugo playing a bit further up ground than we normally see him. Normally a bit further in defence. He goes long into attack for Berri. Just into attack. Over the top of Talon Eagle's head. Out comes Safralides, gets the handball loose, but intercepted. This time Nathan Brown with the ball in the middle of the ground. Drives Loxton into attack. Kick goes over the top of Carter Wright's head. Almost a great intercept play. Out comes Rosenzweig from Berri. Jams it on the boot to bring it out of defence, but Campbell rushes in. Does the spoil. Can't get hold of it. The ball comes out to Jacob Grieger from Berri. Takes a bounce on centre wing. Drives Berri into attack.
So to the ground it goes. Cohen Robertson trying to run onto it, but he was beaten by his opponent, Deegan Rothy from Loxton. And now the Tigers on half back. They drive it back down the line. They got a couple of numbers here if they can get their hands on it. Doesn't bounce properly for Loxton, but it does for Berri. Now they manage to go a couple of link-up handballs. Oh, hits the deck. That's Minchella. Patrick gets it to Rosenzweig, who's got more time than the Harlem Globetrotters. Brings it back into Minchella. Still a small one down the line. Intercept from Rothy at half-back for Loxton.
They were looking for forward options there, couldn't find anything and didn't want to bang it straight down the line. But in the end, Loxton have conceded at half-back, have intercepted at half-back. That ball comes back from James Bojan towards centre. Wrapped up, will be a ball up right on centre wing.
5R in Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. 8.5 minutes played. It's Berri 3-2-20 leading Loxton 1-1-7 at the Berri Better scoreboard. Ball
Tops,
up. Oh, great read from Loxton. Couple of link-up handballs here through the middle. Drops short of Eagle. Has a bit of time. Manages to get that one back out to Edwards. Now the Berri Demons, though, they smell blood. And they can bring this one in, rake it back. That was Franks. Now to Watson. He's having a ripping game. Gets a bit of time. Gets a handball out to Minchella Patrick. Inside 50. Couldn't quite reach Darcy. Minchella in the pocket. Oh, great bit of work there from Hayden Stevens. The Loxton defender gets his hands on it first to Eagle. Hasn't got much time, but gets it out to Deegan Rothy. Back to Eagle. On left half back. Good kick down the line.
Lovely mark there
lovely
by
mark
Salmon.
from Salmon.
Yeah, chips it in and finds his teammate, which is Ryder Montgomery. Takes a nice mark under pressure, the young fella. Right on centre wing. Looks to go on with it. Waiting for the coach to run past for the handball. Brown gets it. Chips short into the pocket and finds his leading teammate, which is Harley Campbell at half forward. Gets straight on with it. Centres the ball across the top of the goal square and finds the Prince on his chest, but it was off hands. Play on. Has been rushed for a point, or is the umpire going to ball it up? That was off hands.
I reckon
looked like a chest mark from here, but it was off hands.
No score. Ball up. Deep in attack for Loxton. Can they get someone under this and slot one through? No, we'll have another crack at that.
Probably needed to go to the snickometer to see who snicked on the way through.
So ball up, still deep in attack for Loxton. Out to Campbell. Dodges a bit of traffic.
On
slots
his right
it through. And there is the goal of the day so far.
Without a doubt, there it is.
Very better. The Tigers kicked their second. The margin back to 7 points.
Yeah, solo effort there by Campbell. Took the ball off hands, dodged to his left, come back onto his right, his non-preferred leg, got around another player and made no mistake from about 5 metres out and kicked a lovely goal, which brings the Tigers right back into this game, which we always expected it would be a neck-and-neck sort of game, and it took a little bit of maybe a quarter time sorting out to get them back in
up.
it. I don't know. I reckon it might have just been a little bit of direction.
Just the one behind scored at the Pine Avenue end this afternoon. 5 goals all at the Bookpenong Road end. Maybe that breeze has got a bit in it.
Yeah, I think it was a scoring in the seconds, but it was hard to tell because Loxton won that game pretty convincingly. Ball goes up to Prince, starting to get his hand on it in the middle. Brown comes out of the middle for Loxton, drives them forward, deep forward. Nobody in the goal square. Berri first back for it, and that was Safralides. He handballs in the middle to Hawkins, tries to take it one-handed, couldn't bring it in. Shoots it out to Jacob Grieger. I
think umpire's calling a card here.
Yeah, he's reaching for a card here, I think, is he? Yes, he's yellow carded a Loxton player, and he sent him off for 10 minutes, is it?
That's Montgomery.
Montgomery's been sent off for 10 minutes, the young fella.
A bit of a late tackle.
He's giving him a yellow card.
I think he's calling him back here to say something here, Nobby. I reckon this might get a bit of GST added to it.
He's talking to the coach now.
Oh, okay.
He's going to tell it. The coach has asked him what for, and he's gone to tell him what for. But the young fella about to have 10-minute rest on the boundary line. On comes Owen Gerron in his place. No 25 paid or anything. I can't quite get my head around that.
I think it was a late tackle and a bit of a shove into the ground.
So the umpire's yellow carded him, but there's no additional penalty.
Maybe there was a bit of vocal action going on. We don't know. It's Berri with the defensive kick out.
Yeah, Will tries to get it ball forward for Loxton, but Berri onto it. Ball comes down the wing to Langford, but there's 2 Loxton players here. Nathan Brown grabs hold of it, shoots it back to Smith. Smith off half-back, has time to look up, drives it back into the middle, looking for Wright. He's helped under the ball. Comes back out to Rosenzweig, half-back for Berri. He drives Berri out of it.
Right, that might be something here, and that's downfield. That was a late bump, and there's a bit of action behind play here. So we're going to get a free kick up at half-forward for the Berri Demons after
a bit of a curry in the game here, Lockie, for one of a better term.
I mean, there's late bumps and then there's 3-week late bumps. That was one of the latter.
I can't work out why that player wasn't carded. There we got young Montgomery sitting on the bench for perhaps saying something, and this bloke's fair dinkum knocked a bloke over and nothing in it.
But, you know, if you keep your mouth shut, you're just going to give away the free kick.
Here's the ball coming out looking for Brown. He manages to keep his player off it. Handball's out wide. Finds Owen Gerron out here, but he can't get it. Brown comes back to Brown. He has to go back in. Penaluma from Berri. Gets hold of it. Handballs it wide, but only a Loxton player first to it. And that was Polymiatis. Shoots the ball forward towards the Prince. The big fellas, to Prince and Hayati, are fighting for it, and it's gone out of bounds. It will be a boundary throw in right in front of the central commentary position.
13 and a half minutes played. 5 RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. A ball in at broadcast wing. 7 points the margin. Berri 3-2-20 Loxton, a big second quarter so far, 2-1-13.
A little bit of feeling creeping into the game.
Well,
It is a final for both sides.
There's a bit on this one. Ball in to Prince, taps it forward, but finds Liam Watson of Berri, who read that well, up to half forward, but unfortunately the kick for Berri goes as far as Deegan Roth, who's having a ripping game at half-back for Loxton. He goes on the switch to a bit of space. Grieger from Berri, though, manages to beat them all to it. Now kicks up to left half forward. It's going to drop short of Minchella. That's Darcy. Handballs it back to where it came from, but it goes over the top of all of them. And now the Loxton Tigers get their hands on it, albeit taken to ground, holding the ball. That was Stevens, I reckon it was too.
And his player's shaking him. Minchella's dropped back off him and is all on his own. Berri player hasn't seen him yet. Goes short this time and gets Langford, I reckon, at half forward for Berri. He looks up, drives them deeper into attack, looking for McRae over his head. So, bit of a scuffle here, and we're going to get a ball up 40 out from the Berri goal. They lead by 7. Thompson in over the top, gets first hand onto it. Goes out, Loxton players first to it.
It's Edwards, I reckon.
Yeah, out comes Axel Edwards and finds a teammate. Harley Campbell again.
Well, went the switch, but it was smothered. Now Jesse Will through the middle for Loxton. Finds a teammate, or just dropped short of Owen Duran.
Yeah, he waited for it, but Berri players intercepting. This time out it comes to Watson again on his right foot this time. Shoots it forward to a 2-on-1. Polymiotis gets a terrible bounce. Patrick Minchella steps back onto his left foot, looking for McRae up forward, who was helped under the ball by Smith. He's having a pretty solid game in the back lines, but he turns it over.
That's Watson again for Berri. Right place, right time. This guy knows where to be today.
Yep.
Saying that, the kick has dropped short.
Loxton starting to read that play to Darcy Minchella and having a player to cut it off. And that time it was Caden Evans, I reckon.
He's having a bit of a good day today, Caden Evans, getting a bit into the game. And now it's back to Watson. Pumped it off to Rosenzweig, who just bombs it forward in front of Labastida. Still in play.
Hit the point post, so it'll be a boundary throw in. Good play by Berri, by Rosenzweig. Saw his coach at far side all on his own, but couldn't quite get it to him cleanly.
Right, Liam Watson's a danger player for
Loxton
playing very
this
afternoon. Well, he's causing troubles for Loxton, I should say.
Yeah, he's playing very well up on
now
ball.
Berri off the kick out finds McRae.
Is it? No, it's Safralides, is it?
No, it's McRae.
McRae.
Right in the forward line, deep in attack for Berri. He's going to go back from 15 straight in front, and that's Berri's 4th goal of the day. Takes the margin back out to 13 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
4-2-26 leads Loxton 2-1-13 by 13 points here at Loxton Oval. And you'd say Loxton had most of the play this quarter and were really serving it up to the Demons. Starting right in the back lines where Berri a bit Minchella focused, Darcy Minchella focused, and to his credit, Hayden Stevens, who conceded 3 goals in the first quarter, has fought back into the game and is making it tough for Darcy Minchella. And also, the Loxton players obviously have decided that they know where the ball's going, so they've started to play one in between to cut out that lead, because he was pretty good on the lead. But still, giving up a goal like that to McRae when he was all on his own in the forward lines, unforgivable.
Ball back to the centre. Thompson from Berri, now back inside 50 on the attack. A great read from Loxton defenders, and that was Edwards, who's getting more into this game as it goes on. Goes to his right, doesn't quite hit the target. It's going to be paddled out of bounds. Westbrook was the player that just run and paddled that one out of bounds, and it should be a ball in. 70 around from the Berri goal, getting close to 18 minutes played, second quarter. Riverland footy on 5RM.
Young Edwards showing maturity well beyond his years, and courage as well, standing in between that Minchella lead, just cutting it out. This time the ball comes back. McRae starting to turn it on at half forward for Berri, gets a handball out. This time the ball goes forward to Minchella, but a Berri player running with the flight of the ball takes the mark, and I reckon that's Benson over there. Matthew Benson with the orange boots on. He's a left footer. He's run in front of his own player and the defender and taken a mark, going the same way as he was running.
Well, those been involved in the Loxton Football Club for some time will know that Benson cut his teeth on this oval. So I'm a Loxton junior.
So you're saying this should be a lay-down misere in terms of goal kicking, which is going to be pretty tough for Loxton to swallow after coming out and kicking the first 2 goals of the quarter. They've now conceded the last 2.
He's pretty happy.
Yep.
He doesn't miss him from there.
That takes Berri out to 5-2-32, leading Loxton 2-1-13 by 19 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Benson pretty happy with that one this afternoon. Now Berri Demon.
Yeah, sure is. And look, it was a courageous mark. He was running with the flight of the footy, but maybe he knew that he had Minchella in front of him, his own teammate who had seen him and was going to hold the Loxton player off him.
Yeah, unfortunate for Loxton after, as you said, all that hard work to get back into the game and get that margin back down to 7 points and all the play.
They had 80% of the play up until then. Berri had gone in 3 times and kicked 2 goals.
Now the margin's almost back out to what it was at quarter time.
Thompson again gets the head out and the clearance. Out to Labastida from Berri. He handballs back to Thompson. He's doing everything, Thompson.
Thompson now goes wide, puts out in front of Langford, drops short. Smith for Loxton, concedes a bit of ground, gets his hands on it, gets it to Rothie on half-back, goes inboard, finds a teammate, the 23 of Caden Evans. Now it's play on through the middle, through Campbell, inside 50 for Loxton. Loxton players, the Prince calling for holding on, wrapped up, taken to ground, and umpire's going to say, my ball.
Crunching tackle from the big fella. And a clean tackle too. Didn't give away a free kick to a player about a foot shorter than him.
A ball up, 25 out from Loxton's goal. They desperately need one. Berri managed to drill it out, but it only goes as far as the 50, and that was a great mark from Loxton. Can't quite pick up who's...
That was Folds kicking the ball off the ground. I reckon that's Harley Campbell's intercepted that at half forward. Runs onto his left foot, goes long towards the goal square, but slips as he kicks it, and the ball falls short into Berri's hands. Chain of handballs from Berri as they bring it out of defence. This time to Jacob Grieger. Handballs yet again. Another handball from Folds, but to a Loxton opponent who's muscled over the ground by Rosenzweig. It'll be a boundary throw in at half forward for Loxton.
Edwards that had his hands on that right at the end there. Getting more into this game as it goes on. Only played his first game of senior A-grade football last week.
Having a dip, isn't he?
De Prince shaken off the ruck, but umpire says play on. Will gets the handball out. Brown now scoops it off the deck, has a kick and hope off the ground, and that is out of bounds on the full. Nathan Brown.
On his left foot, I think he's trying to centre it up to the top of the square, but he's kicked it way too far and out of bounds on the full. But Loxton showing a fair bit of fight in this quarter and trail by 19 points here deep into the second quarter on the Berri Better scoreboard.
21 and a half minutes played. With the ball now up to halfback for Berri. It's Loxton that get their hands back on it. Riley Walton gets a kick away. Now inside 50. Can the Loxton player get under that and crunch forward? And this might be a free kick here. That was a late bump from the Loxton coach, Nathan Brown. And that's a 25-metre penalty. And that's
Shay Hawkins, who's copped a couple of those already in this game. He will now take the kick from half-back for Berri. Looks up, finds Folds out wide on the scoreboard side of the ground.
I know you might not agree with it, but you just can't do it in this modern game.
I can't work out why that. Not handing out a couple more of those earlier just to stop them.
I reckon that first one might have been for language.
Yeah. Ball goes deep down the wing to Berri. Berri player reaching over the back of the pack, takes the mark, gets straight on with it, looking for Darcy Minchella on a long lead in the forward 50. And this time he shook Stevens off to take a mark about 40 metres out from goal.
That was Penaluna there in rare territory up forward with that set up inside 50. Great kick.
But you can see when Berri moved the ball quickly and give Darcy Minchella space, he's dangerous.
Yeah, it's just lob it out in front. He's quick enough to get under it.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
Oh, a big kick here.
This is about his range, 45. He's not going to quite make it. Up it goes in the square. Ball comes to ground. No one can get an easy crack at it. Ball goes out of bounds. Be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for. And there we are. There's the half-time siren goes. Berri leading 5-2-32 to Loxton 2-1-13 on the Berri Better scoreboard at half-time here at the Loxton Oval.
A big second half to come. Let's go around the grounds with Trevor Scott in the 5RM Sideline View studio. They certainly are. Loxton have had some moments where they've got back into the game on a few occasions, but on the whole, it has been a big afternoon for Berri so far. Team's now back onto the oval, warming up for a big second half. Nobby Norton's alongside me. Nobby, your thoughts so far?
Only 19 points in it here at half-time, and interesting game. Berri controlled the first quarter with 3 goals, all to Darcy Minchella, to Loxton's none. Loxton came out in that second quarter, fought back, goals to Luke Salmon and Harley Campbell, narrowing the margin, but then answering goals to Michael McRae and Matthew Benson stretched that margin back out to 19 points after they led by 20 at quarter time. So Loxton winning the quarter by 1 point, but they'll need to make sure they do the same this quarter, plus a bit more. Interesting, Lockie, I'm looking at both sides and I'm thinking to myself, Loxton have to make some moves. Berri pretty much are rolling quite well. They're getting hold of the footy, rebounding when they can, although Loxton did put some forward pressure on the defenders to cut that rebound out, but they're looking straight down the middle and they're looking for Darcy Minchella. Loxton, I'm not sure if they've got that same system in their play. I mean, the 2 goals they did get, one was from Luke Salmon, who intercepted a play and made them pay, and the other one was probably the goal of the day, Lockie, so far, from Harley Campbell, who dodged a couple of players, went back onto his right foot and snapped a goal in the forward pocket. So they weren't necessarily goals that were as a result of their own system of play.
No, particularly that one of Campbell, that was almost Harley taking on the game and, as you mentioned, dodging a couple of players very deep in attack. Loxton, look, there's a lot on this game this afternoon. Both these sides currently outside the top 4.
Yep.
Very close. Loxton North's win last week against Renmark really has made this game a lot more pivotal to both these sides' finals aspirations. Berri with I wouldn't say a comfortable lead, but 19 points. You wouldn't say it's enough to park it just yet.
No, it's not. And the interesting thing in that quarter was that we'd seen Berri dominate in the forward lines, and Darcy Minchella in particular, with leading his opponent Hayden Stevens a merry dance. Once Loxton put the pressure on the ball upfield, Stevens was able to probably wrestle free and break even on that quarter with Minchella and do a few good things himself. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep that pressure on. I'm just looking forward. I'm looking to see, and we saw Talon Eagle come out of the forward lines and play in defence for Loxton that quarter. He's back in attack now. They need something in attack, and I'm not sure if I wouldn't be moving the magnets a little bit more.
Maybe Eagle up to half forward, perhaps.
Yeah, well, he's back in the forward lines, playing at half forward, and they've also got Caden Evans deep forward.
Back in the middle it is, and there's been an infringement, I think, to start this one off, and it's going to go free kick to the way of the Tiger. And they get that one out to Coach Brown, who pops it up to left half forward, but it's been intercepted from Regan Kruger from Berri. He paddles it out the back. Loxton players still trying to shark this one. Kruger just dives on it and we'll get a ball up left half forward for Loxton.
Loxton have got their A-team around the football in Nathan Brown, Jesse Will, De Prince, and they were looking for Campbell forward. This time the ball comes out of the pack from Nathan Brown. He tumbles it forward into the forward lines. Polymiotis couldn't get a handle on it. Berri come out. Chain of handballs, this time folds, using the ball well out of half-back for Berri. Shoots it to a teammate, and they go out wide looking for Rory Moroney. He cannot get his hands to it, and he bustles it out at bounds on the centre wing.
This is 5RM Riverland football, live from McDonald's Renmark. Breeze now to a true westerly, 26 kilometres an hour. As we speak here at Loxton.
What's the temperature, Lockie?
15.5 degrees currently.
Feels like minus 15.5.
It's not the warmest, that's for sure. Oh, great read from Minchella. Patrick now back inboard to Regan Kruger. Watson off the deck.
Lovely
playing
pick
an
up.
absolute blinder today. Pops it out in front of McRae. Now to Franks. Out to Patrick Minchella. Can he chase this one? Still inboard. Berri now deep in attack. And intercept mark taken by Riley Walton, who's probably stopped about 5 goals from Berri this afternoon for the Loxton Tigers.
Yeah, Patrick tried to chip that on quickly to his brother, but Loxton are up to that task. They know where the ball's going every time, and Walton and another teammate went back onto Minchella and cut that out. This time the ball comes across to Bougen at half-back for Loxton. He brings them out of defence and finds Salmon on a lead at wing. Salmon's taken the mark. Brown marshalling the troops in the middle, trying to get them to run and move. Salmon goes wide. This time he finds a teammate out there in the long sleeves. I reckon it might be...
That is Tregeagle.
He shoots it forward, but it's intercepted by Berri by Safralides at half-back.
5RM Riverland football. Live McDonald's Renmark. Berri now. Right half back.
Wasn't Safralides, it was Shea Hawkins, sorry, and he shoots it to
Franks.
He's
just going to hold up for a sec here, right under the windsock. Thought about the switch and then decides to. Concedes a bit of ground, but good mark taken. In defence there from Folds. He went to... Kruger.
Folds is out this side. Yeah, it's Oscar Kruger.
Krieger,
sorry.
There's a Kruger and a Krieger out there. It's a bit of a tough one this afternoon.
This time, Rosenzweig pats the ball forward in the path of Rory Moroney, but the goal umpire's trailing and waving his hand and blowing his whistle and saying, come on, fellas, that was out of bounds. It's going to be a boundary throw-in on centre wing.
The Loxton Tigers trail by 19. 3 minutes played. Third quarter. Ball comes back in.
Yeah, lovely tackle there by Minchella. He wasn't letting his Loxton opponent, which was Jesse Will, get away from him there. They're playing very close to each other, Minchella and Will.
So taps over the back, finds Patrick Minchella. Now Kruger bombs it up to half forward for Loxton, but intercept a mark taken there by Deegan Rothy of Loxton.
Yeah, lovely play there. He outplayed McRae. McRae tried to prop, but Roth went straight past him and over him and took the mark.
Tregeagle back into Brown at centre wing.
Looking to drive Loxton forward, the coach. He looks up, comes across the ground short to Will. Will takes the mark right almost in the centre of the ground, drives them into attack towards Eagle, but ball cut out at half back.
Romeo couldn't quite shark that one in.
Grieger tried to get the ball out to a teammate, but was set upon by three Tigers. One of them, Hunter Westbrook, and the ball will be a ball up on half forward for Loxton. Prince straight down Will's throat. Will runs through as easy as you like and kicks the point of the day.
That would have been a goal of the day contender, but it's a goal -5.
Yeah, bad luck there for the Tigers. Wonderful ruck work there by the Prince, and Will running through just at the right speed, the right place, the right time, but the kick wasn't right.
Takes Loxton at 2-2-14, trailing Berri 5-2-32 on the Berri better scoreboard. Ball now back in at right half back. It's Hawkins for Berri. Short, missed the target, out of bounds. Loxton could get a kick here. Umpire's going to say ball it in, must have hit a few hands.
Geez, a low percentage kick, wasn't it, to a teammate who virtually had someone right in his back pocket.
Yeah, usually not wasteful with the footy, Hawkins, but that one, you'd say probably didn't get much return on investment.
I've noticed that the effect of Brad Rosenzweig since the first quarter has been subdued a bit by, he's got spiropolymitis running with him as a run with player.
Campbell now for Loxton, crosses the painted 50. He's wide, tries to centre the footy, and a great defensive mark there from
Safralides.
Yeah, there is a mark of the day contender, running back into the pack. No fear, just raked it in on the last line of defence and just bombs it right up to half back. Unable to mark it. Loxton could get another crack at this one if they can shark this one back. A couple of Tigers here look hungry.
Plenty of players around the footy that they can't quite. Here it is. Nathan Brown shoots it out wide. Finds Campbell on the half forward flank. Looks up, lifts his eyes, looking for a teammate, which was Ross Romeo in the middle. Salmon breaks free of the tackle, goes forward. Now, if that's not off hands, that's a goal, but it's off hands. I see the goal ump signalling that it's off hands, but it's a free kick being paid here.
It was a wobbly old kick. It's gone through the goals, but it might have had a couple of hands on it. Yeah, umpire says touched.
Which takes Loxton to 2-3-15, trailing a Berri 5-2-32 by 17 points. Here at Loxton, Rosenzweig brings the ball back into play from full-back for Berri. Goes up the middle, looking for a teammate and finding... I reckon that's Rory Moroney there at half-back for Berri. He looks up, shoots the ball out towards the wing, looking for a teammate. This time McRae on a bit of a lead in front of Roth. Straight up, handballs. Ball goes through the middle from Berri, looking for Minchella on a long lead. Sells the dummy, puts the ball on the ground, but play on, says the ump. That'll be a boundary, that'll be a ball up. Minchella got caught in the heavy going there and couldn't get around, Stephen.
Safralides up in the forward lines too. He went coast to coast behind the play there. So now up through the centre. Loxton get the kick away. Brodie Thompson for Berri. Reads it well though and drives it back inside, attacking 50. Spills, no one able to mark it. McRae, a couple of bites at it and gets it. Gets a handball out, albeit unconventional. Now in front of Regan Kruger, who slipped over. Got a handball out to Rosenzweig in the pocket.
Punch
and that's
through.
going to go through for a behind off the hands of Loxton.
Good effort by Rosenzweig to centre that ball, looking for Mancella in the 10-metre square, but Loxton equal to the task, back on the ball and pumping it through. Ball comes out of half-back there from Brown. Coach taking the kick in and finding Campbell on the wing. Campbell looks up, spears the ball in to a teammate. Chain of handballs back to Campbell, sells the dummy but didn't sell it enough. Ball back to Ryder Montgomery there, shoots it forward, finds the big fella into Prince. He plays on, sending Loxton even further forward. This time Salmon, who followed the play down with the ball, has taken a mark uncontested. Courageous mark though, running with the flight of the ball. Courageous mark. He'll kick from, if he can get out of the mud pile there, he's about 30 metres out, the mark is. He'll kick from about 35. Gee, this would be a goal that would bring them right back into the game.
Absolutely. Unlike golf, you don't get a preferred lie here. He has to walk through the mud. Kicking from, say, 40 out, almost straight in front. It's wobbly off the boot, but it looks...
Ooh, just to the left.
True, but it went through for a minus score. It takes Loxton to 2-4-16, trailing Berri 5-3-33 on the Berri Better scoreboard. 5R in Riverland football from McDonald's Renmark.
Both those shots from, firstly, Jesse Will and that one from Luke Salmon, had they gone through, they'd have tightened this game right up.
A 17-point margin, 8.5 minutes played. Berri somewhat kicking to the end with the advantage at the moment. Loxton have had a fair bit of it in their attacking 50. Kicking to the Pool Avenue end, the Pine Avenue pool end.
Oh, lovely kick into Hawkins. Hawkins takes the mark. The Berri captain takes the mark at half-back for Berri. Looks up, plenty of options short, but I think he wants to come down the line. No, goes short. Looking for Holtham it was, I think. Ball bounces back, high tackle place, and then the Berri player slipped his arm back down.
It's Montgomery now back onto the field after that little 10-minute vacation earlier this day.
Little indiscretion, yep.
So ball up, broadcast wing.
Thompson to Watson.
Geordie Franks went the soccer, but Riley Walton from Loxton through a bit of traffic, gets the hands back, great bit of play.
Lovely
Pops
kick.
it inside 50, looking for Eagle, and that's a great mark taken.
Wonderful play there.
Got a bit in him.
Wonderful play there by Riley Walton. The old 1-2, gave the handball, took it back, and kicked a beautiful kick on the right side of Talon Eagle, only he could get it, and the big fella managed to hold Safrolides out of the ball drop zone and come back for the ball. But an excellent kick. He made Eagle come to him for that ball.
Does a lot of the 1%ers, Riley Walton.
Yeah, great bit of footy there by the Tigers. Now all we need to see is Talon Eagle reward the effort of Walton here by putting it through the big white ones.
Kicking from the right pocket on his left foot.
Looks all right.
Looks good.
Looks all right. First goal of the second half to Loxton. Takes them to 3-4-22, trailing Berri 5-3-33, an 11-point margin here on the Berri Better scoreboard, and that tightened things right up there, Lachlan Winnell.
Eagles first of the day. He's their key forward. Needs to see more of it. It's about the delivery to him. He saw that there. Just a lovely kick on the boot. If they can get a couple more inside 50s, and you see the Loxton midfielders and in forwards having a chat there, it's a bit like clear the 50, let Talon take the mark.
Yeah, they got
That's what you need to be saying.
They got the 18 back in the middle, and good effort there by Luke Salmon prior to that. And he's back in the middle with Coach Brown and also Harley Campbell up in the board. So Will gone forward to rest now.
Loxton, they might get the next clearance, and they do. Salmon's having a blinder of a quarter. Inside 50, looks for Eagle again, just dropped short. I might be paid.
Yeah, it would be.
He has.
He had front position, held his position, and the Berri player was all over him like a cheap suit, Lockie, and rode him into the ground.
This is a bit like the novel we saw in round one at Waikerie. Last quarter, the Tigers were out of that game, and Eagle kicked 5 in a quarter. In fact, it was 5 in 8 minutes.
Yeah, well, he needs to go at as we're looking at the right-hand goalpost and just let the breeze just tail it in. That last goal he kicked was excellent, so he knows what he's doing. It was on a much more difficult angle than this. Big fella walks in. Will take the shot from about 30 metres out, 35, puts it on its way, and they love it. And that's his second goal in 2 minutes, and it brings the scoreboard right back to Loxton 4-4-28, trailing Berri 5-3-33, a 5-point margin. Tigers well and truly back in this, and it's game on.
The Tigers season's not done yet. This is 5RM Riverland football. We are loving this 2025 Premiership season. It's given us so many highlights so far, and the great news is there's still plenty more rounds to come, and just another exciting chapter here today in round 12 at Loxton. Tigers aren't there yet. They've started off this quarter well. The first two, Berri yet to score a major.
Eagle giving them
After
something to
half-time.
kick to there at half forward in the forward lines with Safralees. Taking the old fella to school a bit here.
Loxton, can they get the third clearance? It goes as far as Campbell, but umpire says, I'll have it and we'll go again.
The big fella Carter Wright back in the middle too, giving to Prince a rest.
Umpire's called something here, and it's going to be a free
Play
kick to
advantage.
Loxton. Harley Campbell, play on advantage, inside 50.
Can he do it again?
Pops off the hands of Eagle, finds Brown. Brown from the pocket, goes to centre the ball, and it's been
He's gone out of bounds.
here.
Yeah, he's gone out of bounds.
So we'll get a ball in.
Look, that might be a good result for the Tigers because the ball was going loose to Brett Rosenzweig and Berri would have rebounded that, so it's probably not such a bad result. Ball comes in from the boundary throw in, this time right up, reaches over the top. Hawkins bumped out of the way. Tigers are really after this. Salmon breaks free of the pack onto his right foot, but unfortunately couldn't get it back. Kicks it out of bounds on the full in the forward pocket.
I know that kick just missed the lot, but hasn't he had a blinder of a quarter?
Yep.
I mean, he's had a pretty good game today, Luke Salmon, let's be honest, but this quarter he's really stepped it up. We've just got a couple of trainers out there attending to a Berri player. So
Berri playing on the ground. I reckon it was Hawkins. I reckon he copped it was a fair bump, but it was a hip and shoulder, but he went down hard.
So we're just going a bit of a stop and play here. Both teams taking the chance to do their rotations.
This could be pivotal for Berri if Hawkins has to come from the ground and can't continue, because he's been one of their most solid defenders all year, and he is their skipper. I reckon maybe winded. He's back on his feet. Yeah, maybe just knocked the wind out of him. It was a fair dinkum hip and shoulder. The Tiger player wanted the ball a little bit more than perhaps he did and got him hip and shoulder, side on side. So the bump is still alive in Riverland footy as long as you do it fairly.
Just sucking in the big ones now. So that's a big one. 14 minutes gone. Play now back underway. Umpire says, yep, start the clock, let's go.
Rosenzweig
So it's
to bring it back
Rosenzweig
in.
out of the back pocket for Berri. Brings it broadcast wing. Hasn't quite made it that far. Benson flew up for the mark. Couldn't get it, clunk it down. Now Minchella a long way from home in defence. And there is no one in Berri's attacking at 50 and almost not even their attacking half.
Lights on here at Loxton Oval, or at least in the mezzanine they are for us, Lockie.
I was just thinking that before. I didn't know if they were going to flick the lights on here today or not.
Well, they're on for us, not for the players yet.
Maybe they might run this one out. If it's gone 4 o'clock in South Australian time.
Yeah, good duel in ruck between Thompson and De Prince. This time the ball comes out Berri's way, but intercepting was Brock Salmon. Couldn't get a handle on it. Backing over it goes players from both teams, and the ball will be balled up almost in the middle of the ground, slightly in Loxton's favour.
Few of the Tigers' intensity's lifted a couple of notches after half-time.
They have come out revved up.
Not sure which Rocky movie they watched, but it must have been a good one. This is 5RM Riverland football, and saying that, Brodie Thompson from Berri gets the clearance, roved his own ruck work, drills it inside 50, but intercept from the Tigers, and they spit it back out in the far wing to Harley Campbell that's got a bit of space.
He's covered some ground today, Campbell, on that far side, and used the ball very well, but this time
got it to Spiro Polymiadis, but it's just gone out of bounds off his hands, I think, so we might get a ball in on the far wing here at Loxton, overlooking the Loxton number 2 oval.
Lockie, can you wear out a tracker if you've got a GPS tracker on?
Oh, like an odometer on a truck when you reset it.
Yeah, by going too far? Because if Campbell was wearing one, he might be looking for a second one.
Jesse Will now rove the clearance, got it inside 50, centres the ball at a lovely mark, taken by Talon Eagle, and there is the mark of the day. Forget the rest we've had. That one takes the cake so far. He's got the mark, 20 out, directly in front. Kicking the ball from, you'd say, 25 directly, well, not quite directly in front.
Has Talon Eagle taken this game by the throat and he's shaken some life into it?
Maybe he's the one that got the Rocky 5 DVD out at halftime. I'm not sure if they got a DVD player here at the precinct, Nobby. It's a bit old tech, but maybe that's what the Tigers have been watching.
Tell you what, this will be...
I'm just looking for answers, that's all.
This will be his third shot at goal this quarter. He's already kicked 2. He's kicked 2 goals, 1. This takes the score to Loxton 4-5-29, trailing Berri 5-3-33, a margin of 4 points, which was 20 at quarter time, 19 at the half, and there's now only a 4-point margin. The Tigers are coming.
Yeah, just the 2 goals this quarter, both to Talon Eagle and the Loxton Tigers. As you mentioned, they are finishing fast. Rosenzweig for Berri with the kick out, decides to play on and take as many metres as he can. Gets it up to
there's a good
right
mark.
half back, and
that's Darcy Minchella over there on the half back flank.
Looks inboard. Hawkins calling for it, but opts against that and just goes small down the line. Finds McRae on a lead.
Gee, both the Berri forwards in the back lines, though.
Inboard. Finds Langford. Centre wing concedes a bit of ground back inboard to Hawkins. Berri now just working it down the ladder. Now back into Darcy Minchella. Ball slowly getting a little bit more centred. In
the centre of the ground, Darcy Minchella, but he kicks short again, this time to Shea Hawkins, who's run forward and given him an option. He's in the absolute middle of the ground.
You'd call the mud pit. Yep. Hawkins nearly slipped up there. He hasn't got the long spikes on, I wouldn't have thought. Inboard to Watson now for Berri. Inside attacking 50. Hinyardi the target. Spills over the back. It's going to go out of bounds. No, it's not. Still inboard just. It was James Bougen with that. And we'll get a ball in. 45 around from the Berri goal. 18 minutes played, third quarter.
Berri plugging their way forward here, which is so much different than the first half when they were slick and went through without the opposition. Will brings the ball out of defence for Loxton, but only as far as Jacob Grieger from Berri takes the mark and returns it back into their forward line, finding Darcy Minchella. But he's going to kick this from almost right on the 50. I reckon this is a little bit out of his range. He's a good kick, but not a long kick.
You wouldn't say he'd have the breeze behind him here either. Maybe a little bit, but not much.
He's having a go. He's going to take it as far as he can. Gee whiz, he's given it a fair ride.
It's going to drop short. Great intercept mark from Stevens.
Yeah, Hayden Stevens takes that mark, quickly gets on with it, out to Salmon. Salmon from Loxton takes the handball wide. Loxton bring the ball out of defence. Oh, a missed kick there, but fortunately for them, goes back to Salmon.
Salmon's going to get done holding the ball too long. Took too long.
Yeah, that was Hunter Westbrook missed that kick. It was a bit unfortunate. The young fella tried to bring it back in the middle and just had a bit of an airy.
Salmon not happy. Did get a proper handball away. Inside 50. Will gets his hands on it for Loxton. Paddles it to the left. The Tigers now bring it back through traffic. That was Campbell, I reckon, and he's been done holding the ball.
Yeah, he always, and the umpire couldn't miss it because he held it in one hand and held it out and tried to step around his opponent. And that's Berri coach Henry Labastida who's held him up. This is, for me, he might even be his first or one of his minimal possessions today, but it could be one that hurts him. Although he'll be taking this shot from goal from 45 out, I don't think he's got the range, but who knows.
Playing coach, jumps on when he needs.
Bit of push and shove between Minchella and Smith here.
So Labastida sends it on its way. It looks
distance,
true.
No problem. But accuracy, the big problem. It goes through for a behind. Takes the margin back out to 5 points, Berri leading in this third quarter as time ticks away. I can't help thinking that, Lockie, that Tigers could be coming home with a little bit of the help.
Well, it's going, it's into time on now. 20 minutes played. Tigers now bringing this one back in from the Bukpunong Road end. Yeah, they could be finishing with that spinnaker up.
Roth shoots the ball out wide to the wing. No one can get hold of it. Berri first to the footy. Ball comes back into their forward lines, but out of bounds on the full, I think. Be a free kick for the Loxton Tigers out there in front of the scoreboard. Unless, of course, no, it is a free kick. Free kick to Talon Eagle. He's covering, not only kicking goals, he's covering ground.
It's 5 over Riverland football. 5 points the margin. Berri with the advantage. 34 plays 29. You mentioned some players. It's almost been a game of two halves. Some of the players we saw a lot in the first half have gone a little bit MIA, and players that were a bit quite early have come to life.
Yeah, Rosenzweig in particular for Berri, he's had to do a lot of his work in defence, and that's where you want him if you're playing against him, because he was carving them up in the middle in the first quarter.
So Loxton now, the ball on the far wing, centre wing.
Eagle
up the line.
Bumps it forward, but I reckon that's out of bounds. No touched over the line. Be a boundary throw in. Left half forward for Loxton Tigers.
He was going to DePrince, so he picked out the tallest man on the field. So a smart move when you're going down the line. McRae coming off for a rest for Berri. Yep. Ball back in. DePrince clunks it out of the ruck. Dodges a few players. Play on's the call.
Campbell.
Out to Campbell. Short kick inside. And that's just drilled out of bounds. This little short kick stuff, I don't know how many kicks we've seen today. They've gone about half distance.
It's not the conditions to try and finesse the ball around, is it? And the bit of wind we got. This time, ball comes back from Berri. Another short kick. Ball taken at half back. Looking up. Shoots it down the wing and finds Hugo Krieger out there on the half-back flank for Berri. He will now try and bring them out of defence and into attack.
So 22 minutes played. Just bombs it high, Nobby.
Gee, that looked a bit like a 9-iron to me, Lockie, and it got there. Berri players taking possession. Couldn't get it clear of the pack, and it's Loxton player tackles his Berri opponent, holds it up. Umpire Charlton comes in and says, I'll have that, boys. I'm going to do another ball up here. This time it's Berri side of centre wing.
This is 5RM Riverland football. McDonald's Renmark. Kick out of the pack. Up towards right half forward for Berri. Doesn't go too far. Loxton just rake that one in and lock her down. Yeah,
cagey move by the Berri player there. He let Stevens pick the ball up and sweated off and grabbed him and wrapped him up. Ball up here at half forward for Berri. Up goes Thompson. Flies through the air, Michael Jordan-like. But couldn't get it clear of the pack. And there'll be a secondary ball up here at half forward right in front of the scoreboard, which says Berri 5-4-34 lead. Loxton 4-5-29 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
So out of the ball in it goes, and umpire says, I'll have it again. Just clocking more time down in this one. 23 minutes gone. A 5-point margin. It's going to be a big fourth quarter to come here at 5RM.
Yeah, coming from 19 points down at half-time. Loxton have narrowed the margin. This time Benson turns on his left foot but scrubs it forward. Not much of a kick for anyone. And out comes Brock Salmon. Clears from the defensive line for Loxton. Ball goes over the top. This time handball to Luke Salmon. Running forward. Has no options, stops, props, because he didn't have anyone to kick to and was run down by his Berri teammate and caught for holding the ball.
That was Grieger. Great crunch moment of this game. He just spits it inboard to Safralides. Couldn't quite rake it in. Taken to ground by Brown. Berri now, Watson get a hand on it. Back to Grieger. Now to Minchella through the middle. That's Darcy. Inside 50. That was Stevens for Loxton that couldn't quite drag it in. Loxton now just drive that one out. A great bit of play there from young Bougen. Up to half forward, but it went as far as Grieger for Berri, who just spits it wide. And I reckon Berri are just going to run out this quarter. There's Hawkins running down the far wing. He's going to drill it inside 50. All players hit the deck. It's a foot race to the goals, and the buzzer's going to beat them. 5 points the margin. Loxton 4-5-29 trail Berri at 5-4-34. A big fourth quarter to come here at 5RM Riverland football. Let's go around the grounds at 5RM footy headquarters. Thank you, Trev. No, it is bathed in sunshine because this is Loxtopia, they call it, the tropical north of the Riverland this afternoon. I'm not lying. It is Florida over here right now, Trevor Scott. I'm looking for a gator to run through. It's sunny. It's beautiful. I can see the rain over Berri right now, actually, on the 5RM weather radar. Back in the middle it is. Fourth quarter underway. It's the Berri Demons that lead by 5, but it's Loxton with the first clearance. Nathan Brown inside attacking 50. Whoa, they all flew up. Grieger, but it's Romeo for Loxton that just pops it in the middle, and Berri get their hands back on it.
Yeah, Mark taken at half-back by Marr from Berri. Looks to drive him out. Look, interesting game of football here at Lachlan Winnell. Berri leading by 20 points at quarter time, 19 at the half, and only 5 at three-quarter time. Can Loxton run them down?
It's Watson now for Berri up to left half forward, but intercept once again from Walton, who's been a bit of a menace this afternoon for the Berri players. Here's young Bougen, drives it down the line for Loxton. Oh, and a
chopped
great
out
mark
by
from
Hawkins.
Berri. Yeah. One of their best this afternoon, the Berri captain, goes on the switch. Still on the far wing.
Yeah, Folds, he's had a bit of it, but mostly deep. Goes back to Hawkins at half-back for Berri. He brings him out of defence. It's a short kick, but doesn't find his teammate. Turned over, Jesse Will to Harley Campbell. Campbell handballs across in the middle looking for Montgomery. Couldn't get it. Now the ball comes back to Smith. Smith finds coach Nathan Brown at half-forward.
I think Brown stopped then.
Eagle.
Pops it to Eagle and
She looked like a mark from here, but we're a long way away. The umpire's a lot closer. Can Talon Eagle turn this game on its head?
So umpire Todd Charlton just having a word to the Loxton coach here, Nathan Brown, and I'm wondering what's going on here.
I reckon Brown might have tried to coach the umpires as well as his players, and umpire Charlton said, I've been around for a lot longer than you have, Nathan. I don't really need your help. Ball goes to Montgomery in that pack. He tries to get it out. Handball out from right towards Jesse Will. Jesse Will goes over the boundary line. That will be a boundary throw-in in the forward pocket for Loxton. Loxton are coming. They're coming hard, and they're coming with a fair bit of aggression.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes played. Fourth quarter Riverland footy on 5RM. A ball in deep in attack for the Tigers. Taps from right. Berri players dive on it, and we'll get a ball up. 25 out from the Tigers goal now, kicking to the Bukpanong Road end.
Berri have led the whole game. Can Loxton kick a goal and take the lead for the first time?
Will tried to read that and run through. He ran into a wall and was wrapped up, and umpire says, I'll have that one again.
And that wall was Marr. It was Jordan Marr. Wrapped him up and threw him to the ground roughly. Ball goes up. Thompson up first. Couldn't get the clear hit out right. He's got it under one arm, but can't get clear of the pack and put it to a teammate.
Marr's got the hard tag on Brown. So every player trying to tag each other out of the game here. No one actually went for the ball.
Yeah, it's interesting because, the umps off ball aren't really, they don't see enough to be able to stop that sort of little bit of holding. Or hang on, the ump off ball's seen it this time and paid a free kick to Berri, which will go to Patrick Minchella at half back. He looks up, but there's only a wall of players from both teams in front of him. Comes wide, looking for Penaluna out wide here. Can't get his hand to it. Stevens, who shrugs off the tackles. Handball's back in the middle, looking for Smith, but it goes over his head, and Berri players come out of half back. It's Grieger with it, shoots it up forward, looking for McRae, attacks the ball hard. Will Watson let this one go out of bounds because he's outnumbered?
Yeah, Brown there with a late tackle over the boundary line, but umpire says...
I think that was the result Watson was looking for because he was outnumbered 2-on-1. No one to give it to. He thought, I'll be better off here if I go out of bounds. Ball goes up. Right, first one in, but intercepted there by Minchella. Ball comes to Rosenzweig, tries to shake off a couple, but gets wrapped up and thrown to the ground. It'll be a ball up here at half forward for Berri, between wing and half forward, going towards the Pine Street end. Minchella into the ruck against right. Can't get it clear.
Umpire says I'll have it again. 34 plays 29, 5 points the margin. Berri with the lead.
So Minchella in the ruck here, Darcy Minchella. Gets hands to the ball, tries to get it forward. Roth up to the task, shoots the ball out to right. Right gets another handball onto Walton. Little chip kick towards Coach Brown, but Ma reaches over the top, knocks it clear and knocks it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Throw in grandstand side here at Loxton this afternoon, round 12.
It's almost like this next goal's become the most important goal of the day, Lock and Will.
Well, both these sides have been wrestling and they've taken out 5 minutes this quarter already.
Yeah.
So just, 15 of regulation time left.
Right, gets
Ball
hand
in.
to it for Loxton. Can't get it clear,
Finds
but it goes.
Walton.
Yeah.
Now Stevens on half-back just bombs it down the line. Grieger for Berri. It's a foot race. Ross Romeo's got a few Ks in him too. But it's Grieger that just props and just brings it back inboard. Looks for Ma and gets his hands on it. Just looking for a teammate now. Is he going to go on the switch or is he going to go long?
Little kick
Decides
up the middle,
but
over the
intercept,
top.
and the Tigers get their hands on it. And he's back down the line to half forward. There's a Eagle got the second bounce and was pushed forward. Free kick paid.
Gets on
Talon
with it.
Eagle pops it to the pocket. Jesse Will underneath it, spills out of his hands like a slips catch. And now Holtham for Berri. Gets a wild old handball out. Gets it to Regan Kruger, who puts the Rockets on, has a bounce, and takes it up to half forward. It's not going to hit a target. Goes back in board. It's going to find
Berri with the numbers, but can they get it clean?
Can't get his hands, can't pick it up off the deck.
Oh, lovely
Wrapped
interception
up in the middle
play.
from Brock Salmon, and we'll get a ball up in the centre square. And Regan Kruger, a great play off half-back, but really had no target to kick to.
Key play from Brock Salmon there because the Tigers were outnumbered and with Berri going their forward lines. This time up goes the big fella Thompson, takes the ball in the air, but wrapped up by opposing ruckman Carter Wright and taken to the ground. It'll be up again. Salmon this time flicks it back towards Minchella. Darcy, handball to Watson. Watson to Benson. Benson drives Berri forward. Looking for the big fella in Geordie Franks, wrestles his way forward, is being held by Smith and will get a free kick. He's about 40, the mark's about 43 out. Franks is outside of his range. I reckon he's a thumping kick, but I'm not sure if he can kick it that far.
McRae's on the hard lead, pops it out in front, and while that was going on, Rosenzweig just slotted forward and took a mark unopposed.
He was standing there for quite some time, and in the call, Lockie, in the third quarter, I said Rosenzweig had been forced to do a lot of work in the back lines. All of a sudden, he's found himself working forward a centre, and this could be a dangerous play for the Tigers.
This goal could be crucial. No team yet to score a major. 7.5 minutes played.
5-point margin in favour of Berri Demons as Rosenzweig lines this up, and I don't think he's made any mistake. He's kicked the first goal of the last quarter, taken the lead out to 11 points. It's Berri 6-4-40, leading Loxton 4-5-29 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Key moment for the Berri Demons if they want to play finals this year. As they currently sit outside the 4, and if the results say the way they are right now, they could be back in the 4 by 5 p.m.
Yeah, look, it's game on still, though. Loxton only need 2 goals to hit the front here, but they desperately need the next one. And we've seen how quickly they can score. And really, all the way back to that juggled slips catch of Wills in the forward pocket. Had he taken that mark, he'd have lined up for a shot at goal and potentially to put them in front. All of a sudden, they find themselves trailing by almost 2 goals.
Back in the middle it goes. Campbell for Loxton. He read that well. Pops it left half forward, but Mitch Folds for Berri was right underneath it and spits it out to Hawkins.
Yeah,
holds up.
Set play there by the Tigers. Campbell coming wide, but the player not getting there.
It's gone out in the full. Loxton are going to get a free kick here.
Yeah,
Eagle's going to get it.
Rosenzweig working hard to the wing, but couldn't take it inside the boundary.
Eagle.
Yeah.
I don't reckon he's actually is he on the ground or not? Or is he off the bench?
No, he's on ground.
All right, I thought he might have just been coming on for a rotation.
Shoots it up, looking for Talon Eagle. The ball clears him to Shea Hawkins. Running off the half-back line is Grieger. Slots it up the middle and hits McRae on the chest in the middle of the ground for Berri. He will look to drive Berri into attack, but Berri trying to use the football rather than just kick it anywhere. What a shocking
bit
kick.
of a block behind play, and it's managed to find Campbell on half-back for Loxton.
Out to
Goes
Caden
wide
Evans.
to Caden Evans. It pops over the top, but he gets the bounce. And that's a shocking kick. It's gone out of bounds, not quite on the full, but it'll be a kick to the Berri Demons.
As my good wife Colleen would say while we're at the footy, he shanked it.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
you knew that was happening before he'd even kicked it, the way it dropped on his foot. Finds Minchella at half forward. Right. Now just pops it to the pocket, looking for Franks to get underneath it. Shakes his opponent, Smith, and Geordie Franks will go back for a shot on goal for the Berri Demons, kicking from 30 out, deep in the right forward pocket. Distance won't be the issue here. Accuracy and breeze maybe a little.
See the value of Darcy Minchella there, taking the ball at its highest point. You know, a good 30 centimetres higher than anyone else can reach. I think Franks has finally found an opponent that's about his size and weight division in Smith.
Ball's on the way.
He
Looks
loves
good
it.
off the
He
boot.
loves it.
Demons kick their second for the quarter. They take the margin back out to 17. And we're nearly back to the margin we had at halftime.
Yeah, you could see Franks enjoying that match up with Smith so that he could body on body, hold him off, protect the drop of the ball and then come back for the footy. And it was a very good kick from a tight angle in the forward pocket. Marr coming from the ground and Adam Langford back on.
Yeah, Regan Kruger having a little spell as well. And looks like Berri going to do another rotation here
on
too.
Comes Minchella, Patrick back onto the ground. And I reckon they've lined up with their A-team in the middle now for the last few minutes. They've got Rosenzweig, Minchella, Watson and Brodie Thompson in the middle up against Campbell, Will, DePrince and Brown. So these are the two A-teams. Here, out of the middle comes Will, couldn't get clear with it, handballed it to Brown, but was tackled after he got rid of it by Rosenzweig. So now Jesse Will, the Loxton captain, will take a free kick right in the middle of the ground and drive his team forward as they search for 3 goals to get ahead in this game.
11 and a half minutes played. Up to half forward. Kick. Great mark from Eagle. Right on the 50. Almost straight in front. I'd say within his range typically here.
Gee, hasn't he turned it on for a quarter and a half here and nearly turned the game?
Yeah, certainly one of the Tiger stars, not of the future, of the now, but still pretty young, lots of years ahead.
I reckon this will test him. A little bit of breeze. He likes to get a little bit of helicopter going every now and then, so you never know.
Breeze has dropped off a little bit here at Loxton this afternoon, now back to 15 k's an hour.
Taking a deliberate shot, will kick the ball from outside the 50. Will kick it from about on the 50 square line.
Almost straight in front.
Boom.
Oh, and he slips off the deck and straight into the hands of a Berri defender.
Yeah, it's
Grieger.
Grieger again. He's been solid back there again today.
Goes left, finds a teammate in Watson, who's had an absolute ripping game. Inboard to Robertson. Now he brings it through the middle, through Minchella. Patrick, now in the centre square, decides to take a bit of room and bring it wide. Looks for Maroney. Campbell for Loxton got his hands on it now. Langford paddles it forward. Out to Folds. He does the fend off. Double tackled, holding the ball. And it's going to be a free kick to the Tigers.
Yeah, both those players he's trying to fend off were in a different weight division than him.
They're going to have to be quick. 13 minutes played.
So Tregeaga will shoot the ball forward. He finds Owen Gerron out here. They can't afford to chip this around. They've got to go long and direct. They need 3 goals and they need them quickly.
Inside 50, no one marked it. Salmon got his hands on it on the bounce. Still live. Berri player Minchella went to tunnel that one through and was given the free for being tackled too high. It's always going to happen. You can't tackle the head in Australian rules football.
Berri bring the ball out of defence, looking for McRae across centre. He can't get. He got his hands to it, and his arms were chopped. So he'll take the free kick on nearly on centre wing, far side. Looks up, shoots the ball forward, looking for Geordie Franks again, who kicked the last goal. He's onto it, gets it on his right. A little bit of a check side there into the forward 50 for Berri, but up to it is Walton again. He starts to run out of half-back with that football.
Now
Hunter Westbrook on the wing.
Had a pretty good game today.
Yeah, looks up, finds Deegan Roth in the middle. They need to get on with it here, Tigers. I know they can't give it back to Berri, but they have to go direct.
Handballs through the middle. You're not going to kick goals. Yep. Handballing it across half-back, Loxton. You're going to have to move it fast. Now Tregeaga off half-back. Kicks it to left half forward.
Yeah, this is Axel Edwards.
Tried to shake his opponent, had to handball it away, straight into the hands of Rosenzweig of Berri, who had plenty of time. Now Patrick Minchella, more time, slipped as he kicked it, but still drove it inside 50. But Stevens for Loxton, one of their best defenders, got the hands out, albeit just.
Don't reckon he handballed that.
Harley Campbell inboard. Umpire Todd Charlton's called something behind play here.
I don't reckon he's handballed it.
There's going to be something's going on here. Yeah. So it's going to be a free kick on the far wing, or is he saying I'm just trying to see what's going on.
I reckon the Berri player may have disputed the decision there on Stevens, and it was probably right. But, hey, the umpire's always right.
So now Loxton on the far wing, inside 50, long. Get under that, good luck. Drops forward.
Eagle again, tries to come out of the pack with it. And he's been pinged for holding the ball.
So the Berri players, or Berri Demons, will reset here out of defence.
I was just about to say,
15 minutes gone.
Berri getting numbers around the ball this quarter, and that's the difference, whereas Loxton had him last quarter and came hard at him. Ball goes over the pack. No one can get a clear possession.
Umpire says play on advantage. Still, no, umpire says no, we'll stop it.
No, when he blew the whistle, the Loxton player stopped, so there was no advantage, so it had to go back.
17 points the margin. Loxton trail. They bring it inboard to Jesse Will, the captain. Handballs it to Campbell, but the kick has been smothered. Still inside 50. Brown for Loxton. Tries to get his hands on it. A wobbly old handball away. Finds Hawkins at right half back for Berri. Drills it up to the wing. Drops over the back. Harley Campbell gets another touch. Gets it out to Deegan Rothy. Kicks it inside 50. Looking for Polymiatis. Not taken. Rosenzweig out the back for Berri. Keeps it inboard just. Looks for a teammate. Handballs back. Concedes a bit of ground. Finds Safralides through the middle. Pops up and finds Darcy Minchella now in defence.
Yeah, at half-back. He takes the mark and says, we'll steady the ship a bit here, fellas. He's got plenty of teammates out here at half-back. Shoots the ball across the field. Finds Jacob Grieger there at half-back, is it?
It is. Yep. He's just going to concede a bit of ground here. Berri could almost wind the clock down
now. Yeah, back to Shea Hawkins, further back, further closer to Loxton's goals, not theirs. And they're playing keepings off here, Berri. They're holding up the play a bit. This ball will come down the line. No, short to McRae, led up down the wing. And Berri take yet another mark, only 15 metres further away. Chips over the top, finds Rosenzweig. Playing a little bit of keepings off, leaving space for players to run into and kick it short. This time it goes towards Penaluna up on centre wing. He takes a mark in front of James Bougen on centre wing. They're just hanging on to it, creating space. Goes short again down the line, this time looking for Darcy Minchella. Can't get hold of it. Jordan Maher at it hard. Walton cuts it out for Loxton and hurries it over the boundary line. That'll be a boundary throw in at half back for Loxton or half forward for Berri.
Out of bounds it goes. So a ball in, 17 and a half minutes played. Loxton trail by 17. They're going to have to be quick.
Yep.
Taps forward. Campbell done a mountain of work today, but was stopped pretty much as soon as he got it.
Yeah, high up in Loxton's best player, if not their best. So a couple of mates in Walton and Co as well that have had a bit. Carter gets his hand on the ball for Loxton. Out the pack comes Campbell. Takes a bounce. Takes a second bounce.
Oh, slipped over.
I think that was accidental.
Gets the free.
Tripped by Ma. He gets back up, takes his kick quickly, shoots it out the wing to Captain Jesse Will for Loxton. He drives Loxton forward, looking for Hunter Westbrook. He takes a nice mark at half forward for Loxton. They need to get on with it. Hunter does. He centres it again, looking for Talon Eagle, but the ball's cut out by Darcy Minchella, intercepted, and he will now slow things down for Berri at half back.
Just slipped in there nicely. Inboard to Ma. Had a ripping game. Now out to Patrick Minchella on the hands. Takes a bounce. Kicks up to half forward. No one home. Riley Walton for Loxton. Paddles it forward. Gets hands out to Campbell. Boom. And he was wrapped up. Taken to ground by McRae. And that's been too high. So a free kick to the Tigers.
Gee whiz. I didn't think he did too much wrong there.
I think it might have been the lift slightly. Yeah. But yeah. Harley Campbell was lucky there because that was probably going to be holding the ball.
Yeah, must have got him in his blind spot because he didn't see him coming, and McRae took a while to get there.
Now at the far wing it's the 34 of Brock Salmon that gets the handball and a kick away.
Breaks
up
clear.
To right half forward, Safralides for Berri. Great defensive mark. And still through the middle it goes. Loxton now coming back inside, attacking 50. Can they drive this one forward? They can.
But in the way is a Berri defender, yep. Yeah. And this is Safralides at a half-back. He's too wise to not... And they chip the ball around in the back lines yet again, Berri. They're playing keepings off. Here's Rosenzweig. He's going to go and sit short in the back pocket, take a little pass from Folds and hold it up.
It's almost been the story of the Tigers day, hasn't it?
Yep.
Plenty of inside 50s, but no one really out to clunk them.
Minchella.
Now up to almost centre wing.
Oh, lovely play, Campbell.
Keeps trying hard. Gets it out to Will. Has to fend off a couple. concedes a bit of ground to Stevens, who does the fend off. Gets a handball inboard, not really to a target. Minchella for Berri, got his hands on it. Umpire says, I'll have it. 20 minutes played. Fourth quarter, Riverland footy on 5RM for McDonald's Renmark.
Yeah, it's been a good fight back by the Tigers, but unfortunately they just couldn't quite. They got as close as 5 points, but they just haven't been able to get. Had they got ahead down in this quarter, that you just don't know what might have happened. But Berri have fought back strongly as this game gets away from us, and they lead 7-4-46 to Loxton, 4-5-29 on the Riverland, on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Umpire says I'll have it again. Another ball up in what can only be a few moments left of this game this afternoon. Round 12 nearly done here at Loxton.
A 17-point margin
today here at the game. Brown through the middle for Loxton. One last charge. Deep inside 50. It went high. Berri defenders are home. Rosenzweig gets the hands out. Finds Hawkins.
Beautiful
now up to
kick.
half-back, and I reckon that's Minchella.
Yeah.
Sorry, Safralides.
Yeah, he's come back on the ground for this last 10, 15 minutes, and it's the old head. He's just holding them up. And they will probably move back into the top 4, Lockie, after this today.
Results pending, but the way scores were at three-quarter time, they would definitely go back into
Benson
the top
has
4.
the football out there on the far side wing. Umpire calls into play, and he turns around, kicks it towards Loxton's goals, and finds Safralides again. He's picking up a few posies, mostly in Loxton's forward line from his own players.
Yeah, 21 minutes played. Goes back down the line. Kick not great, but Loxton player unable to do much with it, and we'll get a ball up right in front of the scoreboard here at Loxton, 5RM Riverland.
Can't work out why they haven't turned the lights on here. They could have turned them on at half time. It's getting quite dark over on the far side.
As the trainers empty the water bucket onto the field, it's a good indication the game's nearly done.
Is that right? There it is.
And they knew what was up.
And there's the final score. Berri run out winners 7-4-46 to Loxton, 4-5-29, and maybe work their way back into the top 4.
We'll check that and a whole heap more real soon here at 5RM Riverland Football. But the Demons keep their season alive, and Trevor Scott in the 5RM Sideline View studio, I think, will be one happy Demon supporter right now.